Well, President Obama's biggest threat, forget Mitt, try Ron.
And we will remain a danger to the Federal Reserve System as well. Yes. And the Fed, right, and the Fed. Ah.
I was covering this last night at FED, and man, this guy's a rock star at the young. Ron Paul yucking it up with kids. Very popular with kids. A group President Obama captured big time in 2008. A very big reason. Katie Pavlich says that Ron Paul could be an even bigger threat to him as a third-party candidate now. Now, of course, as we know, Katie, he's told me, he's told others that's not in his plans, but he's never unequivocal about it. Having said that, the argument is if he does run, he draws many more votes from the Republican nominee. You're arguing, don't be surprised if he draws quite a few from the Democratic nominee. Explain.
Right. As you said, Neil, Barack Obama won in 2008 and almost got pushed over the top, some argue, because of the youth vote. But his support among millennials, 18 to 29-year-olds, has plummeted by nearly 30% since he was elected in 2008. Now, those voters are displaced, and Ron Paul has done a really good job of focusing through social media on youth issues, high unemployment, student loan debt, government burden of debt. And so in the race for 2012, should Ron Paul decide to run a third party, he's going to siphon those votes off from Barack Obama. But in the end, actually, it doesn't really benefit Ron Paul or the Republicans. It benefits Barack Obama because the youth vote is not enough for either one of them to beat Barack Obama. So it goes back to the argument of third-party candidate automatically guarantees a run or a win for Barack Obama.
So you're not in the camp that says it could be like a Perot thing. There have been statistical analyses done. I don't know how accurate any of them are. That Perot, in retrospect, drew almost equally from then George Bush Sr. and Bill Clinton. Other Republicans say, no, much more from George Bush Sr., and he handed the election to Bill Clinton. Statistically, I guess you could make a case either way, depending on your frame of mind. But I kind of think Ron Paul, and I'm not the expert you are, but that Ron Paul would be an even bigger third-party candidate than Ross Perot if he went that way, and that he could score quite a few electoral votes if he went that way. And I think Perot got 19% of the vote or whatever it was. Do you see that? And ultimately, is that big enough to take it away from the Republican candidate?
Absolutely. I think that Ron Paul is a bigger third-party, or would be a bigger third-party candidate than Ross Perot. His supporters are very avid. They're going to follow him through all of the primary processes. And I think he will pull votes away from both Barack Obama and the Republican candidate. However, once again, I think that we all need to realize that guarantees a win for Barack Obama. And if youth voters are upset with his policies, if they're upset with his policies, they're going to get stuck with them for another 4 years should Ron Paul decide to run for a third party.
Well, we're not there yet, Katie, but good words as to say when we come back. Mitt Romney, political super stud? Maybe. I'll explain.